They're about to flip the script on Travis Hunter. And nobody in Jacksonville is saying it out loud yet, but you can feel it coming. If you care about the future of the Jaguars, this is bigger than a depth chart tweak. This is about identity. This is about whether Travis Hunter becomes a two-way unicorn or a full-time lockdown corner who occasionally terrorizes defenses on offense. Because according to reports, the Jaguars still believe in Hunter as a two-way player. But here's the twist. The long-term plan may be to make him a full-time cornerback and only a part-time wide receiver. And that changes everything. From the moment Jacksonville drafted Travis Hunter, we all knew this wasn't going to be normal. This isn't just another rookie trying to find his role. This is a player who built his entire reputation on doing the impossible. At Colorado, he didn't just play both sides, he dominated both sides. He made it look cool. He made it look easy. But the NFL is not college. The NFL is brutal. The speed is different. The physicality is violent. And unfortunately, reality hit fast when Hunter's rookie season was cut short by a knee injury. Still, in just 7 games, he gave us a preview. On offense, he logged 324 snaps, nearly 67% of the offensive workload in those games. He caught 28 passes for 298 yards and a touchdown. And before he went down, he exploded for 101 yards and a score in what looked like his official breakout performance. You could see the chemistry growing. You could see the confidence rising. On defense, he played 162 snaps, about 36%, and tallied 15 tackles with 3 passes defended. Not elite numbers yet, but flashes. Real flashes. Now here's where it gets interesting. NFL Network's Cameron Wolfe reported that Jacksonville plans to use Hunter primarily as a full-time cornerback moving forward, while still giving him part-time offensive snaps. And if guys like Montaric Brown or Greg Newsome walk in free agency, that corner spot could be his outright. And honestly, I get it. Because while Hunter proved he can be dynamic at receiver, the Jaguars' wide receiver room doesn't exactly look desperate right now. Parker Washington stepped up in Hunter's absence and led the team with 58 receptions and 847 yards. That's not fluke production, that's reliable every-week impact. Then you add Jacoby Myers, who impressed enough to earn a 3-year extension. And even Brian Thomas Jr., despite his sophomore slump, still has undeniable upside. That's a solid trio. Meanwhile, Jacksonville finished 21st in passing yards allowed last season. 21st. That's not championship football. That's middle-of-the-pack vulnerability. So ask yourself this, where is Hunter more valuable? As a 4th receiving weapon? Or as a potential CB1 who can erase the opponent's best wideout? Because the Jaguars clearly believe he can be elite at cornerback. And here's my honest take. Cornerback is the harder position to play at a high level in today's NFL. Receivers are protected. Rules favor offense. If you can find a true shutdown corner, that changes your entire defensive structure. Imagine Hunter shadowing division rivals. Imagine him baiting quarterbacks. Imagine him flipping games with interceptions. That impact might outweigh 60 catches. But here's the curiosity that keeps this whole thing fascinating. What if they're underestimating his offensive ceiling? That 101-yard breakout game wasn't random. He looked natural, smooth, dangerous after the catch. He wasn't just a gadget player. He looked like someone who could grow into a legitimate WR2 or even more. And if you cap him at part-time offense, are you limiting something special? This is where Jacksonville has to be careful. Because two-way sounds cool in theory. But managing reps, protecting his body, and maximizing his development is a delicate balancing act. Remember, this is still a young player coming off a knee injury. Durability matters. Longevity matters. You don't want to burn him out chasing highlights. Free agency and the draft will reveal more about their intentions. If Jacksonville aggressively signs corners, that tells you something. If they ignore the position, that tells you something else. But right now, the message feels clear. Travis Hunter's future may lean defense first. And I'm torn. As a fan of the game, I love the chaos of two-way greatness. Feels old school. Feels rebellious. Feels like someone challenging the system. But as someone looking at roster construction and long-term impact, cornerback might be where he truly separates himself. There's also a mental component here. Playing receiver is rhythm and timing. Playing corner is anticipation and reaction. Balancing both at NFL speed is rare. Like historically rare. So maybe the smarter path is letting him master one, while sprinkling the other. But don't get it twisted. This decision will define Jacksonville's next 5 years. If Hunter becomes a Pro Bowl corner and still chips in offensively, the Jaguars look genius. If he ends up just average on both sides because he never fully commits, critics will say they mismanaged a generational athlete. And you know how fast narratives flip in this league. Here's something else people aren't talking about enough. Pressure. When you're labeled a two-way star, expectations double. Every drop, every missed tackle, every snap count becomes a debate. Sometimes simplifying a role helps a player breathe. Let him dominate one side. Let him build confidence. Then unleash packages offensively when it hurts opponents most. Strategically, that's terrifying for defensive coordinators. They can't fully game plan when Hunter rotates in. But again, the knee injury looms over all of this. Jacksonville has to protect their investment. You don't draft a rare talent just to overload him early. I also think this says something about how the Jaguars view their defensive identity moving forward. They don't want to be 21st against the pass again. They want aggression. They want ball hawks. Hunter fits that vision. And if Brown or Newsome leave, that starting spot isn't just open. It's waiting. Now here's where I want your take. If you're building this team for the next 5 seasons, do you want Travis Hunter as your primary receiver weapon? Or your shutdown corner who occasionally lines up on offense? Because I'll say this, whichever path they choose, they need conviction. No half measures. No overthinking. Commit and let him grow. The Jaguars are at a crossroads with a player who could redefine what's possible in modern football. And I genuinely believe we're about to witness either something historic or something frustrating. Either way, it's going to be fascinating. The two-way dream isn't dead. It's evolving. And Jacksonville is holding the pen. Short outro of channel NFLXposed. This is NFLXposed, where we don't just report the news, we break it down and expose what it really means. Drop your take in the comments and let's debate it the right way.